Hey guys, welcome back. We were discussing about the types of the compounds in the last lecture. I have informed you on that day that what is a compound. Basically, compound definition is telling you that it is a chemical combination of two or more than two elements together. Okay, two or more than two elements together. One thing which we should know this thing that these elements are different. Okay, so one should keep this thing in the mind very clearly that chemical combination of two or more than two different types of elements together is called as compound. Okay, so basically, there are two different types of the compound. One of the compound is ionic compound, whereas the other compound is covalent compound. An ionic compound is always formed by the combination of metal and a non-metal, okay? Whereas a covalent compound is always formed by a non-metal and another non-metal, okay? So this is the difference between the two. Now we are moving towards the first point, and that is called as ionic compound. So what is an ionic compound? It is formed by the combination of a metal and a non-metal, just discussed with you, and the covalent compound has been informed to you in the previous page as well. Okay. Here we have the symbolic representation of periodic table, just a basic sketch of the periodic table. We can see this thing very clearly that this is the group number one, this is group number two. There is a block of elements between group number two and three. This block of elements is called as transitional block elements. Here this is scandium symbol Sc, whereas here it is zinc symbol Zn. Okay. So this is called as transitional block element, and there are two stars over there which are linking with these two stars. The bottom two lines, these are the horizontal lines at the bottom of the periodic table. These are present in every periodic table, so these there is a connection between these two. Okay, so instead of adjusting these two lines over here, so for a proper arrangement of the periodic table, a harmony can be obtained by arranging these two lines over there, but these two lines are the extension of the transition block elements. So this block is a transition block elements, and these two lines are the transitional block elements as well. Okay. Now, if you are looking here, this is boron and first element of group number three, then it is number four, five, six, seven, and eight and nine. Okay, now I am telling you that here in the group number eight, this is basically group number eight, which are all gases. We can say this thing that it is helium, neon, argon, xenon, krypton, radon. These are the elements present in group number eight. If we are talking about group number seven, we can say fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine. These are the elements present in group number eight. Okay. Now I am telling you before moving ahead that where are the metals in the periodic table, where are the non-metals. Okay. Group number one is purely metals. Group number two, purely metals. Transition block elements, purely metals. Group number three, purely metals. If we are looking into group number six, seven, and eight, these are purely non-metals. All the elements in group number six, seven, and eight are purely non-metals. Now, the story is with group number four and five. Okay. Group number 4 and 5 are called as metalloids, or group number 4 and 5 are also called as semi-metals. Group number 4 and 5 are called as metalloids or semi-metals. Why it is so? Because they are containing both metals and non-metals. That's why group number 4 and 5 are called metalloids or semi-metals. So when there is a combination of a metal and a non-metal, then it is called as an ionic compound. Whereas when there is a combination of non-metals and non-metals, then it is called as covalent compounds. Transitional block elements, whether these are the elements from this current block or these are the elements from these extensions, okay? So they are called as metals, okay? One more thing which I am telling you, that elements here, these elements here in the last two lines, many elements out of these, and there are certain other elements, for example, we can say that radium is here. Okay, so it is beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, and radium. Radium is the last element of group number 2. There are certain other elements. These are called as the radioactive elements. Radioactive elements. Now, what are radioactive elements? Radioactive elements are those elements which are emitting radiations out of them. Okay, they are emitting radiations in the form of energy. Okay, so this is one of the answer to a past paper question in which examiner is asking that uh, radioactive elements are emitting radiations. In which form they are emitting radiations? For example, uranium is one of the example that which is emitting radiations, and it is emitting radiations in the form of energy. Okay, now this is another slide, and in this slide we are discussing with the about the symbol of an element. Here I am writing it is about the symbol of an element. Okay, before moving ahead, I would like to inform you that every element has a specific symbol, and every element has a specific representation, and that is called as symbol of an element. Okay, so we can say this thing that what is periodic table? Periodic table is the symbolic representation of elements. Okay, periodic table is the symbolic representation of the elements. Okay, now if we are looking here, we can say this thing that X is, what is X first of all? X is the symbol of that element. Okay, there are two numbers adjusted with this X. One number is mostly smaller and the other number is larger in the value. Sometimes these both numbers can be same. For example, in case of hydrogen, both of the numbers are similar. In case of hydrogen, both of the numbers are 1 1, whereas here in X one of the number is 12, whereas the other number is 34. We can see this thing that the smaller number is called as the electron number, or it is also called as the proton number, or it is also called as the atomic number. So can we say this thing that the proton number and the electron number are similar? Yes, proton number and electron number are similar. Are they always similar? Yes, proton number and the electron number are always similar in case of any neutral atom. Now, what is this term? This term is neutral. Okay, so what is neutral? What neutral telling you? What this word neutral is telling you? Neutral is a term which is telling you that it has neither lost electron, neither it has lost electron, nor it has gained electron. So there is no charge. So before moving towards the idea of loss or gain of electron, you can move to the thing that it is neutral. Neutral means it has no charge. Okay, so whenever any element has no charge, it has no charge. So what we can say, it has the number of electron and proton are equal to each other. That's why that number is called as electron number or the proton number. Okay, now the bottom number, it is called as the bigger number. It can be called as a nucleon number, as it is sum of proton plus neutron. So it is called as the nucleon number. So as these are the particles which are present inside the nucleus, so this number is called as the nucleon number. So it means that 34 is the sum of proton and neutron. Okay, whereas it can be called as the mass number, it can be called as the atomic mass. Okay, it can be any number. Okay, but you should know this thing that there is a key in every periodic table. Okay, in that key you people can see this thing that whether this atomic number is at the bottom or atomic number is at the top. Okay, so please be careful about that, that in the MCQ paper and in the theory paper you people will get the key. Okay, people will get the periodic table, and there will be a key in the periodic table too. Okay, and you are going to look into the key that whether atomic number is at the top of the symbol or atomic number is at the bottom of the symbol. So decide accordingly. That teacher has told us that atomic number is also called as electron number or the proton number, whereas the mass number is also called as the atomic mass or nucleon number as well. So this is the discussion which we are done which we are done now, and this is the thing which we have covered related to this. Afterwards, the next lecture is related to a mixture and its physical properties of the mixture, and why mixture is different from a compound, different types of the mixture as well, etc. All this will be the part of the next lecture, inshallah. See you in the next class. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.